Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please welcome back Joyce Demonnin, the Communications Director for AARP Oregon. Good to see you again, Joyce. Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So we're doing this really exciting thing tomorrow night here on NBC5 News at 6. Giving Care Call-In Night is what we're calling it. Partnership between NBC5 News and AARP Oregon. A panel of experts standing by to take the public's phone calls anonymously, confidentially, about caregiving. And what exactly is a caregiver?
Well, a family caregiver is somebody who is helping out a loved one with what we call the activities of daily living. And it can be as simple as running mom to the doctor's office or picking up prescription drugs because they're too busy and they can't drive anymore. But it can also mean that you're providing a lot of care for your loved one on your own. For example, doing some kind of help with medicine, or making sure they get their insulin shot, or helping them with walking or bathing, or even fixing their food. So family caregivers are the backbone of what is seen behind the scenes for a lot of people in Oregon who need extra help. And there are 470,000 of us in the state of Oregon.
Wow.
One of the best quotes was from Rosalind Carter, who said something like, you either will be, have been a caregiver, or you will need care yourself at one point. Families take care of each other, and people are working today. And so we need more help than ever before. And I really encourage people to pick up the phone tomorrow, because you may be at home and you may be overwhelmed by all of the things you need to do for yourself, for your family, for your job, and then you're taking care of maybe a child or parent or a grandparent. But there's help out there, and that's what this call-in show is all about.
Yeah, exactly. And before we go any further, what is respite care? I understand this can be a pretty good help for people.
Well, respite care is a service for family caregivers, and it means basically a short break. And there are programs where if you're doing a lot of caregiving, maybe you are day and night taking care of your spouse, for example, and you're on call 24/7. Well, there's an opportunity, the respite program here in the Rogue Valley and many places across the state of Oregon for people who are calling in elsewhere. So you would call your local area agency on aging and find out if there's a respite program near you, and you would be able to get some help in your daily activities taking care of a loved one.
Wow, yeah, that's a great resource for people. Very good. We've got a lot more tips to come, I'm sure. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Joyce Demonnin from AARP Oregon, partnering NBC5 and AARP Oregon, bringing you this Giving Care Call-In Night tomorrow. Panel of experts standing by to take anonymous, confidential phone calls to help people through caregiving, because hundreds of thousands of Oregonians are caregivers, and it's a lot of work, right, Joyce?
It's a lot of work, and we think so often people don't know there are a lot of resources available to them. And one of them is a law in Oregon that requires hospitals to train you when your loved one is coming home from the hospital. So if there's complex medical needs that are required when they come home, you should be trained by the hospital before your loved one comes home. So that's the CARE Act. So ask your provider for more information on that.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Okay, and as we're going to be talking about tomorrow throughout the NBC5 News at 6, there are a lot of resources available for everybody. Veterans have some extra benefits, if you will.
That's true. In Oregon, the Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs does have extra benefits available. And we have one of our experts, Mary Yeager, who will be with us tomorrow night answering questions. So if you're helping a vet, be sure to call in tomorrow and ask for Mary.
Okay, excellent. And then technology. It's something that's obviously constantly changing, love it or hate it. You know, it can be a resource, though, for caregivers when it comes to taking care of their loved one.
Well, it can be. I mean, just think about if you're living in Medford and your mom is living in Sacramento, FaceTime can be a big help because you can actually see how she's doing. We have Alexa, so people can deliver groceries. So caregiving is more than just a person staying home with someone. We're hoping that we can use wraparound services from personal care, from technology, to the neighbors, to your friends. All of that wraps around to help people stay at home as they age, because we know about 80% of us want to stay home as we get older. And it gives us that feeling of dignity and choice. And so caregiving is a spectrum. You know, we may start out needing a little help and later on we need a lot of help. But because of family caregivers, many of us can stay home a long time and hopefully really enjoy living at home. But we do want to say, we know it's a big job, we know it's a hard job. Please ask for help, because we have helpers on hand tomorrow night to help you answer questions. And every community has services for older adults and people with disabilities.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Giving Care Call-In Night again right here on NBC5 News at 6 from 6 to 7 p.m. Confidential, anonymous. Just give them a call and they can help you out through your problems. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.